Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We promised you guys a series on the Mini GS, everything about it, how to update it, how to take it apart, how to clean it, how to do everything there is to do to this gun. So that's what we're going to get started on today. We're going to make it a few part series. Try to upload one every week. So stay tuned for that. We're going to do that today. First, though, I'd like to remind everybody that our summer camp for 2025 registration is now open. We've received a lot of interest in the camp this year, so we're going to try to hold one each a week, full week of June. If you want to bring your kids to camp, be sure to go ahead and sign up early. Each camp can only have a maximum of 15 kids. So if you want your kid to come to the summer camp, sign him up early. Okay? With that being said, let's get started with this Mini. And we're going to go from unpackaging all the way through to everything. So we're going to get my trusty little knife here, and we're going to open this bad boy up. All right. Trash can. All right, we're going to set that box lid out of the way. Okay, so this is a little description that comes with the Mini GS. It just tells you the basics. If you want to go any further than the basics, you'll need to go to their website, paintballsolutions.com, and then in the menu, just search until you find Mini GS. Click on that, and then it'll go through. That's also where you register the gun. The gun comes with a very good warranty. So if you go and you register the gun, if something happens to the gun, you'll be glad you did. This was one of last year's camp guns. We use brand new Mini GSs each year for the summer camp. And at the end of the summer camp, your kids have the opportunity to purchase the gun that they used at camp. And we do teach them how to take care of it and everything, how to relube it, the whole 9 yards. We give you a $50 discount on the gun hopper combo. So be sure to check into that if you'd be interested. All right, we're going to pull the gun out. In the box, you're going to get the gun. Okay. You're going to get a parts kit that has enough parts in it to completely rebuild the gun one time. Spare O-rings, screws, and you're going to get the Allen keys. You only need 2 to take the whole gun apart. Okay. You're going to get the Empire barrel sock. Okay, it's just your standard black barrel sock. And then you're going to get the 2-piece barrel that goes with the gun. Okay, the gun is set up for multiple different backs. You can order a different size back. It comes with a 688. That's usually pretty good for your regular paintball play. If you do want to order a second one, there's a cutout right here in the box where you can keep your both barrel backs and barrel tip parts and everything in there. Okay, so start with, we're going to set this to the side. Parts get out of the side, and that one. Okay, so to turn the gun on, when you get it from the factory, it should already have a battery in it. So what you're going to do is there's a button right here on the I hope you can see that button right there. So what you're going to do is you're going to push that button and hold it until it turns green. Okay, now you're going to get a slow, steady flash. That's what you want. Okay, if you get a flash that's real rapid like this, what you've done is you've turned the ball brake system off in the gun. We normally refer to them as the eye system. You're going to start chopping paintballs. Okay, when you're in the eye system is turned on, it ensures that that there's a ball in the bottom of the breech before the gun fires. That way it doesn't cut the balls in half and all that other stuff. Make sure it's a slow, steady blink. Okay, I'll turn it off now. And to turn it off, all you would do, now there is no safety on the gun. The only safety that you have is push the button, turn it till it turns red, then let it go. The gun is off. Usually what we tell people when they're shooting with electronic guns, Once you turn the gun off while you're inside the playing field before you exit the field, just point it to the ground, pull the trigger a couple of times, and make sure that it is in fact off. Okay. One other feature of this gun is there is an on-off ASA right here. It flips down, you turn the air pressure off. You flip it up, you turn the pressure on. Okay. Your regulator adjustment screw is right here, and your velocity adjustment screw is here. Okay. Everything is plainly marked. The battery is in the front grip. You take the 4 screws out, take it off. The battery's there. The control board for the gun is also in the back side of the front grip. You should never have to mess with that. The eyes are sandwiched in between the top half and the bottom half of the gun. Okay. Now, when you get the gun, it's going to be set up for factory default. Sometimes it's 13 balls a second. Sometimes it's 15 balls a second. Okay, the national average is 285. Some places go a little lower. Some places go a little higher. Ours at Harper's Paintball is 285, and the gun has to be capped at 10.5 balls a second. The reason we cap the guns is because you're playing with rec ball players, and in order for them to stand any kind of a chance, we have to cap the guns. It's only fair. Okay. If you want to change the battery in the gun, like I said, it's in the front here. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. Rather than tell you where everything is, let's show you where everything is. Okay. That's the whole purpose of this. Everything about this gun is going to be on display. All right. So we're going to take the gun apart. This is a brand new gun. You saw me take the cellophane off of it. And I'm going to get this front grip off right quick. Fingers ain't working good today. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. We're charging all the little GoPros that we use for the birthday parties and stuff. This Saturday, today is the 17th. So this Saturday we do start filming again. So although it is supposed to rain this Saturday, we'll see how it goes. But we will start filming the birthday parties again and uploading them to YouTube. All right, once you get all 4 screws out, the grip just pulls right off the front, okay? And as you can see, the battery's right there. So what you're going to want to do, if you ever need to change the battery, you see a little recessed area right here in the top, right there. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take a little Allen wrench or something and just push it right out, okay? And then put your battery in it. It is plainly marked. I hope you can see it on camera. Positive, negative, okay? The battery is also positive, negative. Make sure you get the polarity right. Pop her right back in there, and she's good to go. All right, we're just going to move that over to the side, and we're going to go ahead and take this back grip off. Now, sometimes the bottom ASA will get a little loose. This piece here, okay? That's the piece that your tank screws onto. The screw to tighten that back up is behind this grip. So we're going to take it off and we're going to show it to you. All right. All right, get in there. There we go. Now, we will be firing this gun and chronographing it and everything at the field. I live in Springfield, Georgia, so to get to the paintball field to do filming and stuff is quite a drive. Plus, I have to lug all the camera equipment and everything up there to do it with. So, for this little series, we are in my computer lab, and we're going to do the whole series of stuff here at the lab. All right, so, as you can see, this is your transfer tube. This black long cylinder is your transfer tube. That's what brings air from the tank into the gun. There's normally somewhere around 125 psi that gets to the gun. The tank, the 3000 psi tank or the 4500 psi tank makes no difference in the world of how much air gets to the gun itself. Okay? You've got a regulator on your tank. You've got a regulator here. So no matter what size tank you're running, only 125 or thereabouts psi is getting to the gun. So trying to put 4,500 psi of air into your 3,000 psi tank is going to do you no good, except it will pop the safety burst disc on the tank if you do that. So make sure, if you're running a 3,000 psi tank, that you're filling it on a 3,000 psi hose bib. At Hopper's Paintball, our recharge hoses for 3,000 is regulated. It will not put any more than 3,000 psi into your tank. Okay, the 45 hose will not put any more than 45 in there, so you just hang on to it until it quits putting air in it, and then you let it go. Okay, now you'll see a little silver cylinder right there. That is your solenoid. Okay, now the one thing about the Mini GS that does occasionally happen, and it's not very often, is if the gun's not used for a good little bit of time, 3 or 4 weeks, sometimes that solenoid will get stuck in the open position, or you'll be playing and it will get stuck in the open position while you're playing, and it starts massively feeding out air down the barrel. Okay, all you got to do is just release your air pressure. Okay, if it does that, release your air pressure, turn the gun back on, and in this situation you are going to want to turn the eyes off. Okay, and you're going to get a click. Okay, now what you want to do is you just want to, just a few times with the air turned off, and then turn the air back on, and what that does is it unsticks the solenoid and you're ready to go again. So if that happens, don't freak out. Just flip your ASA up, turn the air pressure off, turn the eyes off until it blinks real fast, rattle it a few times, you'll hear it clicking. When it starts clicking, you're good to go. Turn your air pressure back on, turn the gun off to get the thing to quit blinking, and then turn it back on until you get that slow, regular blink. Okay? All right, we're going to turn this back off now. All right. Now, the Mini GS is a very, very good gun. It's the one we recommend for all the new players and everything. But everything that's made, you need to go over it when you first buy it, and you need to make sure that everything is tight. Okay? This is your ball detents here, the little brown spot right there on this gun. There'll be different colors on different guns, but that's going to be your ball detents. There's two, or ball stops. A lot of people call them ball stops. These are notorious for falling out. So what you want to do is you want to take your Allen wrench and just give them a little bit of snugness and make sure that they're tight. Sometimes in the factory they don't get them tight enough, and they come unpackaged. All right, so you just want to make sure. Now these were packaged tight. Okay. Now, I told you about the screw that holds your ASA on. That's right here in the bottom of the thing. Okay, you've got one that's got a little round head that'll be in front of the air transfer tube. Then you've got one in the back that does not have a head on it. Okay, that one is a little bit of a pain in the butt to get to. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your Allen wrench and you're just going to reach in there into the back, pop it in there, and then tighten it. Okay, and then you're going to check the front one right there too. Now both of these are already tight, so I don't have to do anything to them, but that's the case. All right, now we have had some people come and they get a brand new gun, and as soon as they turn the air pressure, there's a lot of air that's coming out of this little silver thing right here. Okay, what that is that is a overpressure relief valve. It's to prevent damage from happening to the gun. So if this screw is turned in too far, and it happens sometime in packaging or when you travel in your car because there's no pressure on it, it can move around. If you air the gun up and it's blowing air out of this thing like mad, just back off a little bit right here. When I say back off, you're going to want to turn it. If you're looking at it, you want to turn it counterclockwise. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, okay? Decrease pressure, turn it counterclockwise to the left. To increase pressure, turn it clockwise to the right, okay? Put that back up here. Okay, sorry about that. We just had to do a battery change. I guess the battery didn't have a good charge on it when I started. All right, so we were just talking about tightening up this part here. Okay, so before we actually dig into the gun, we're not going to take the gun completely apart on this show. We'll put it together on part 2, or we'll take it apart on part 2. Okay, we'll do the regulator, and we'll do all that on part 2. So this looks like a pretty good place to stop. Stay tuned for part 2, and we'll dig into it a little more. Thank you very much.